SelfLove podcast with me, Ethan Torrance. Today, I'm going to be talking about probably, in my opinion, the most important thing I will ever speak about in this channel, and it is what I fully intend to devote my life to. And that is teaching people about self-love and love in general, because love is the key. So today I'm going to talk about several points. I'm going to go through, first of all, the importance of self-love. Then I'm going to talk about how one can achieve it, or ways in which it might work for you, because for everyone it's different. But there is fundamental bases that tend to help along the way. And then I'll just do a quick summary. It's not going to be an overly long podcast, but I can assure you if you're going to listen to one of them, this is going to be the most important one you listen to, because this will truly help in some way, shape or form. So let's get straight into it. What is love is probably the first question we should establish straight off the bat. Love is the building blocks of all creation. At the very end of the day, that's how it works. Love is not just an emotion. Love is something so vast, because an emotion is something that you can only just feel. Love you can see. You can see people when they're emotional, yes, but it's not the same. Love holds a power that travels beyond time. When someone dies or passes away, the love is still there. The love is so strong that it can go through generations. And not only love for people, but love for things like art. People have a profound love for art. And I think it's a great example for when we're talking about pieces of creation. And this is what I mean when I say love is the building blocks of creation. When someone puts their love and their energy into art, like Picasso for example, at the time people didn't understand it. He was never overly famous when he was in his moment, but now, hundreds of years later, due to the love that he put into his creation, he is now loved by millions around the world, and his name is known throughout all there is. It starts with self-love, and it starts with love from within. Most people search for love externally because that's what they've been taught. They've been taught that love comes from an outside place. The first love that you experience externally is from your parents, and mainly the mother. So when, throughout your life, when you have disagreements with your parents, or your parents leave your life, you're left to feel searching for that. We're never taught at school, we're never taught really growing up. Some people are, and for them it's a true gift, and I'm one of them. The importance of self-love, and that all the love you ever need is all within. All of it is within. Most people, when they hear love, they think of relationship. They think of wife, girlfriend. That's what they associate love with. When they hear the word straight away, that's what they go, oh, I'm in love. And they think that that's the first thing. The first person that you should be in love with yourself every single day is yourself. People think that's egotistical. People think that that's greedy, selfish. It's the opposite. If you want to help someone, you want to give someone the absolute best you cannot do that unless you truly love yourself first and you are stable with who you are as a person. You love who you are as a person. Then you're able to help other people better. And that's exactly what I had to do. I had to go through a process of self-love that now allows me to speak freely and to speak with so much conviction about the things that I care about, and the message that I feel truly will help people. My intention is only to ever help, and it always comes from a place of love. I have a notebook filled for the entire last 2 years, and on almost every page, not that my intention was to do this, but I flicked through it the other day, and on almost every page, the word love is on it at least 3 times. I didn't intend to do that. I brought this through. And I brought this through so I could share with other people. I was given the gifts to be able to share the importance of love. And that is what I will continue to do. So it starts with self-love. Well, how exactly is that the case? And how exactly do you get to that place? It's not an overnight process. Self-love is a long process. It has steps. But it comes. It's the same with anything. You go to the gym once, you get home, you look in the mirror. You're not going to see anything. You're just not. And you go to the gym the next day, you're not going to see anything. And you're just not. And people give up when they do that. But I can tell you for a fact, if you keep going to the gym every single day, or every other day, and there's spaces there, the beautiful thing about going to the gym is that you can miss a couple of days, you can eat some crappy food, but if you're consistent with it, the same way as if you consistently give yourself love and tell yourself that you love yourself, after a period of time, there's results. You look in the mirror one day and go, I am extremely jacked. I am in great shape. I feel terrific about myself. It's the same thing with love. It's the same principles. You have to work at it. It's within you already, but you have to work at deprogramming yourself from all the things you've been taught growing up. That's really what you're doing. For so long, I never put myself first. For years. 17 of them. My entire life, actually. Until the age of 17, I never once put myself first. For several reasons. I didn't believe I deserved it. I didn't believe I was worthy. And I had such a big heart that I wanted to help everyone else. But what I didn't realize is that because of that, I was hurting myself. I wasn't giving myself the time of day. I wasn't giving myself the love I needed. And I was emptying myself to everyone else. Because if I was helping them, I didn't need to worry about my own problems. And one day I realized that no. If I want to help these people, because that's what I want to do, I love helping people. If I want to do that, I need to help myself first. I need to get myself in a place in which I can truly speak about the things that are going to impact people the most. And speak it with such a conviction and such an understanding within myself that I'm confident. So the message is portrayed clearly and precisely. How do you go about it? Well, you can break it into steps. The first step is you need to identify how you're really feeling. So how are you really feeling right now? Sit, take a deep breath. How are you really feeling? Are you feeling uneased? Is there loads of things that are running through your mind that you're worried about? Are you concerned? Or are you genuinely joyful? Are you happy? Are you in a place in which you're happy with? But is that happiness coming from a brief external experience? Or does it come from within? So the first step is figuring out what you really feel. The second step is figuring out what you really want. What do you truly want? Do you want, what is it that you love? What is it you love to do? What's your dream life? Figure that out. Write it down. There's nothing that's impossible. There's nothing that's unrealistic. And you've been told that was your life. It's not the case. Anything is possible. Anything. Look at nature for this example. You don't believe anything's possible. Think about a way a tree works. A tree has roots. Those roots go into the ground. It takes nutrition from the ground. That nutrition then gives us oxygen, which allows us to live. That's so complex, but yet so simple. If that's possible, anything's possible. There's no limits, only the limits of your mind. Release those limitations that you put on yourself, the limitations that other people have put on yourself, and come back to love. As humans, we are loving beings. We desire love, we crave it. And most time people go out through their entire life doing just that because they don't understand that the love they're truly desiring is the love from themselves. People can be married in relationships for 30 years and still feel alone. They love the person they're with, don't get me wrong, but they still feel alone because they've not done the work to start to love themselves. So, we've been identify what you're feeling, set your goals. What do you truly want out of life? And don't set them shy. Go big. Do exactly what it is you want. What you truly want though. Not what you feel like is going to make you happy. And when I say that, I mean, if you think that buying a new car is going to solve your problems, or you think buying a big house is going to solve your problems, that's not what I mean. I don't mean material things. Look, when I say plan out your life, absolutely, have a big house, have a nice car. But I mean, what do you want to do? What kind of job do you want to have, if you even want a job? For me, my dream life looks very simple. I want to be able to travel the world freely, not have to worry about money in the slightest in any way, shape or form, and share the message of love. Whether that be through a podcast like this, whether it be standing on a stage, whether it be writing books, no matter what it is, that's what my heart and my soul desires to do. What does your soul desire? What does it truly desire? Now we can get these mixed up very easily with distractions. There's many of them: smoking, drinking, alcohol. Addiction comes into play. By acknowledgement of these things, and you understand that, or maybe I do drink a bit too much. And if the case is, well, why do you drink too much? Maybe I smoke a bit too much, then why do you smoke too much? There's a reason for everything you do. Nothing happens by accident. Doesn't mean you're doing something bad, doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. There's a process of learning how to get back to love, learning how to get back to self-love. Third step, after you've acknowledged what you feel, you set out your goals of what you truly want. Third step is to start putting some action in place. And that's to create a plan. Now I don't mean plan out every single thing you do. Yeah. I mean, alright, if you decide that your dream job is to work with kids because you love giving children the opportunity to learn in different ways, and you love to see that untarnished soul just thriving. If that's what you want to do, then you need to go, alright, well, how can I do that? What are the ways in which I can do that? What are the opportunities that are in front of me? And they really are not limited. There are so many opportunities. Do you go and create your own nursery or your own schooling system? Do you want to go and work for someone who's already got something in place just like that? Maybe child's health care. What kind of area is it that you would love to get into? And go and give it a shot. Maybe you'll do it and you don't like it. But then you've crossed something off the list and you go, that wasn't for me. Let's try something a bit different. You need to try new things. You need to experience new things to understand what it is you love. If you don't know what you love, then that's fine. Most people don't know what they want to do with their life. They don't. Been there, and you might be there right now. And if that's the case, then go and try things. And then beyond job, what do you love to do in your spare time? Do you like to play football? Do you like to go and hang out with friends? Are you a social person? Or do you like to be by yourself? Do you like to sit in your room and read a book? Do you like to be in nature? For me, it comes down to three very simple rules when you're putting stuff into action. You have your mind, your body, your soul. You put them together, it creates the self. So if you want to give love to the self every day, now I'm not saying do this every day, but if you try to, it will help. Do something for your body that you love. So if you love playing football or playing a specific sport, tennis, cricket, badminton, bowling, whatever it might be, doesn't need to be intensive. You don't need to be doing a mad workout or going a 10-mile run. It could literally just be a walk around the park in nature. Something that gets your body moving. It could be yoga, anything. Do something for your body once a day. Then do something for your soul once a day. Create, whether it's art, whether it's writing, whether it's making a podcast like this. Anything, whether it's fixing a car, or whether it's designing some new shoes. Anything at all. Create something in some sort of shape and way. Feed your soul. Whether if it's that you really, really love playing a certain game on an Xbox, play that for an hour a day, or a couple hours, whatever it might be. But you have to balance, it's a balance. If you spend all day just doing that, you're gonna resent it. Because you're not giving your time for your body and your mind. And then for your mind, do something to educate yourself. Listen to a podcast, watch a video, read a book, do some research on something that interests you. Go and travel, speak to people in certain areas that they love, their areas of expertise. Do a puzzle, something that stimulates the mind. You do 3 things a day, one for your mind, your body, and your soul. Then you're doing stuff towards self-love. For me, it's really simple. Now look, I don't do it every day. I don't do something for my body every day, not something that I truly love. I definitely do something for my soul every day. That could be listening to music as well, it could be dancing along, listening to your favourite album. Anything, there's so much. But if it brings you joy, then it's right for you. There's not a thing that can say that, there's no one that can say something's right or wrong for you. You know what it is that you love. You know what it is that brings you joy. And you know what doesn't bring you joy as well. You know what drains you. Cut them off. That's the other part of this. So it's all well and good, me sitting here telling you to do all these things that are going to bring you joy, bring you love, good for your body, good for your mind, and good for your soul. But you need to get rid of the things that aren't. The people in your life that don't benefit you, the people in your life that do not give you anything. They maybe bring you problems or grief. They maybe are draining, or anytime you have a problem or something you want to speak about, they come back and flip it and go, oh, well, I've been through this and it's not that bad because I've done this and this. These are not people you need in your life. People who are negative, that bring you down, tell you that you can't do it. Tell you that when you say to them, oh, I really like to go start this, tell you that's not possible, you can't do that. Get a safe job. Be safe. Don't listen to them. They're not you. That is their own insecurities and their own fears. And they are portraying that onto you. Don't take that on board. It's not healthy. We all have fears in some way. And I'm glad to say that I have very few. And at this moment in time, I can't think of a single one that I don't have fear. I don't operate from a place of fear. Fear comes in situations, and when I see that, I acknowledge it very quickly and I go, no, I'm not afraid of this situation. I think I am, because I'm scared to try something new. I'm maybe scared to learn. Not anymore. Fear is a creation of the mind. We create false evidence that we then allow to appear real. That's what fear is. False evidence appearing real. Whereas love is pure. Self-love is pure. Once you get yourself to a place, or you start to give yourself love, you will see massive, massive changes in all aspects of your life. There's a lot I can say on this, there really is. And there's many things I can go into detail with. But I'm going to leave this as a starting point. And my advice for you is that you do something for your body, your mind, and your soul every day. Doesn't matter if you only do it for 5 minutes, Doesn't matter if you do it for 2 hours, or 3, or 6. Doesn't matter. But if you're able to do something for each of these 3 things each day, your life will drastically change. Tell yourself you love yourself. Tell yourself that you're worthy. Say it out loud. Write it down. Go, I am worthy. I am in love with myself. I love myself. Even just saying that out loud. Words have intention. Your soul feels intention. The universe realizes intention. This comes back to manifestation. You are manifesting self-love through these actions. And you will be guided in the right direction. There's so much that you can gain from it. It is the key. Love is the key. Now this is mainly around self-love. When I say love is the key, I mean love in all areas. I mean love for nature. Love for the things around you. The places you are. Gratitude. Gratitude is a form of love. I'm grateful for this amazing house I have. I'm grateful for my amazing car. I'm grateful for my beautiful family that I have amazing relationships with. I'm grateful for my friends that help me, support me, drive me, motivate me. If your friends are not people that do those things, they're not your friends, cut them off. If they're people that tell you, no, be realistic, cut them off. And don't be afraid to do so. Because at the end of the day, there's only one perspective that you have, and that is your own. And you will have that throughout your entire life. People come and go, but you are always there. And you will always be there with yourself. There's nothing you can do, you can't get rid of that. There's higher aspects of you that guide you. Your higher self. You have guides. You have people who are not physical. You have energies and souls who are not physical. That are pushing you to do the best you can every day. You might be in a place of real struggle, and I understand that. But if you want to get out of that place, you need to make changes. And you need to make changes now. Don't wait. Don't go, I'll do it next week. Because what's the difference between starting on Monday and starting now? There is no difference. You're just delaying the inevitable because you feel comfortable. And because you are afraid. Stop being afraid. You are creating the fear. Start to love, and start to love yourself. And all will become evident. You are all here to do truly amazing things. All of you. Anyone who listens to this, and even everyone who doesn't. We are all so gifted in so many ways. What else do you need other than self-love? You might say water, food, housing. People have these things, but yet they don't eat enough. They don't drink enough water. They don't appreciate where they are in the house that they have. And why is that? A lack of self-love, a lack of gratitude, a lack of love. You have people who have none of these things. People who don't have water. Fresh water every day. You have people who don't have consistent food. They have more self-love and more appreciation because they understand and appreciate how valuable the things that they have truly are. And they understand how valuable life itself is. And them to be here in the moment, living their life, is enough. That's a gift for them. That is enough. But yet you have all these things and you don't stay hydrated. You don't drink nearly enough water. You don't eat correctly. You don't take the opportunity to go and try sports or try these new things. To give your body the movement in which it deserves, in which it requires. Because you are afraid. Stop being afraid. and start being love. Be it, radiate it. When you come from a place of love, and you come from a place of self-love, it radiates to everyone around you and everyone sees it. And when you come from a place of fear, self-doubt, worry, everyone sees it. In some way, shape or form. That's all I'm going to say today. I'm going to keep this kind of short. But like I said at the start, if there's one episode of this podcast that you listen to, and you maybe re-listen to it, and you take something from it, it's this one. If you have any questions at all, after listening to this, you have something you go, I really want to start doing this, but I feel like I'm struggling. I don't know how to get out of this. Message me. There's the Instagram page, the Divine Love Podcast. If you don't have that, you have me on Snapchat, message me on Snapchat. If you have me on Instagram, message me on that. I will do my absolute best in all ways to try and help you to come back to love. Because I know as I'm speaking this, there's a part in you that feels it. That feels in your heart that what I'm saying is true. Thank you very much for listening, and have an absolutely beautiful weekend. I love you all. Thank you.